good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And it is Tuesday. It is February 2nd. It is Groundhog's Day for those who follow that kind of thing. So I'm kind of curious what kind of card we will get. And I am super excited to be reading from another deck that I am borrowing from my dear friend and student Taylor. And this is the Tarot of the Divine. And the reason I'm so excited about this deck is because it contains deities and folklore and myths and fairy tales from kind of all over the world from different cultures. And the cards are absolutely stunning. And I love the stories that are going along with the cards. Even though I so far do not know many of the stories, I'm a little ashamed of myself, but hey, it's a learning experience for all of us, right? So without further ado, let's see what card we have on this Tuesday, the 2nd of February. All right. Oh, okay. It is the Seven of Swords, and I am familiar with that guy. That is Coyote, and I don't know if this is Coyote from the usual North American folklore and myth and things like that, but usually Coyote is a trickster and a troublemaker. And so seeing him carry off what looks less like swords and more like arrowheads really makes me think that this is probably the trickster type Coyote. And that's super relevant for the Seven of Swords because usually the Seven of Swords is represented by someone who is a thief, who is stealing away with more swords than they can carry and are probably going to get caught when they make a ruckus dropping one of them. So I like this because it does embody that stealth and manipulation and trickery and cunning that go along with Coyote. Of course, usually with the Coyote stories, you also have the negative side, which is Coyote getting busted for his troublemaking ways. But again, most of the time, Coyote is more of a prankster rather than a villain. And he acts more as a catalyst for others to discover something. So I like to look at the Seven of Swords kind of the same way. When you get yourself caught in a situation where you thought you were being crafty or whatever, and you get busted on it, you learn from that. Usually, and again, it's usually not something really dire or tragic. It's just, hey, maybe I should learn next time not to bite off more than I can chew, not to do more tasks than I can handle, not to tell somebody, hey, I totally know how to do this, when you're like, okay, maybe I really don't. So, all of that said, I am very curious to see what the actual story is on this card. Also to see if I'm right or not. But let's see what we got for our Seven of Swords in, yes, it does come with this cute little guidebook that has all the little stories in it, which is great. All right. Hey, I was right. The Pacific Northwest, which is North America. But Salish is the legend. I honestly do not know what that is. I assume that that is a tribe in the Pacific Northwest, but I am not even going to pretend to know. So if you do know, please feel free to comment and call me out on this for not knowing. It is the trickster Coyote representing deceit and how clever he is and all of his schemes. So I'm feeling good that I knew who Coyote was. I'm feeling a little shamed that I don't know what Salish is. And I just realized too that in the background there's this like smiling face, kind of a trickster shadow sort of behind the Coyote, which I don't know if that represents Coyote's like god self, like the deity that is inside the Coyote, or that Coyote kind of transforms into, or that transforms into Coyote, however you want to look at that. But it is interesting because it's almost as if Coyote's shadow self is what's looming over him. It's like, yeah, you're getting away with this, but you also know deep down inside you've been busted for this same thing before and you never really learn. which I think is another thing that comes up in the Seven of Swords, is that a lot of times we repeat the same lessons over and over and over again until we actually like take home that lesson and know what it's all about. But I think this is an absolutely stunning card. I love the colors. I love the smoke in the background. And that they use the arrowheads instead of swords, which I'm not sure if all the swords have arrowheads instead, or if it's all going to be based on like the mythology that it comes from. So with this one, it's Pacific Northwest and clearly native culture. So having the arrowheads makes more sense than like forged swords from medieval Europe kind of thing. But yeah, I dig this. I could get behind this being a representation of deceit and trickery and manipulation, or kind of being proud of your own creativity and cunning a little bit. It's okay to be tricky sometimes, just be aware that you may have to pay the price. So I love this as a Tuesday card. I hope it gets you through the week doing some new and exciting things. And until next time, please feel free to comment on any of your knowledge about cool coyote stories or anything like that. And until I see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I am super excited to see what tomorrow's fairy tale is. All right,